What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's goody, y'all? Yo, today, man, is the 95th episode. Oh, man, it feels so good, man, to be here, to be almost to 100 episodes of the show, man. I got to give myself a clap. I
Applause.
don't, I
Applause.
don't mean to be so damn. No, I'm just saying, give myself a clap. That's all.
Thanks,
That's all.
snaps.
But I want to give God a clap. Round of applause because without him, there's no me and there's no you. We can't do it without him. So,
Mhm.
without further ado, I would like to introduce my guest, and his name is Adrian Asia Petty. What's up, my brother?
How you doing, sir? It's all good
I'm
here.
doing awesome, man. Hold on for just a second. Let me do my intro real quick. And this is the
Okay.
In Your Face show. Carry on. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No
But
need
go
for
ahead. Go
apologies. No need for apologies.
ahead.
It's good to be here, and I appreciate you bringing me on here.
That's so awesome, my man. So awesome, my man. Yo, so man, introduce yourself. Tell the people why you're here, my man.
Well, as you know, my name's Adrian Asia Petty. I'm an independent publisher, and I publish under the moniker of Jericho Projects. And I've also been published under another moniker, Marcosia Enterprises. They're based out in London. I'll get to that later. And I've also done stuff with Red Giant Entertainment. I don't know if I want to get to that because that's a whole other bit of drama. But yeah, primarily under Jericho Projects though. And we got different stuff out there that I really would like to show everyone.
Hey, it's not a problem, brother. Not a problem, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I got a question, my man.
Okay.
What inspired you to to jump into this field of work? You know, this career, to make this your career. What inspired you to make this your career?
Um, well, right now it is still just a side thing to keep the bills paid. I'm a system engineer, so I stay in front of a computer and fix problems. Uh, but to answer your question, what made me want to do this? I've been drawing and creating my own characters since I was 10. Um, I created the first base of a character when I was 12 because I love to read different books at that time. At that time, X-Men, the Teen Titans were really big. Avengers, Fantastic Four. Now, what actually made me want to take the jump from just writing in these really silly stories and drawing on my dad's typing paper and actually want to publish was I had left comic books and collecting and all that when I was in my teens, and I got back into it when I turned 20. And when I was in my early 20s, and I was sitting in an airport, and I was just waiting for a flight, I wandered into the bookstore, and they had one of those old school carousels. I picked up a book, and it was something called Spawn #1. And I'm flipping through it and I'm looking at the artwork and I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. And I'm reading the commentary at the end. And it was written by some guy I'd never heard of, Todd McFarlane. And he had talked about how he had this huge gig where he was making all kinds of crazy money. He was really popular doing Spider Man. And he left it to take a chance and do his own thing. And I thought, At that moment, that's when I decided I was going to take it seriously and do my own thing. It took
Okay.
years after that, but
Okay. So, what is your what are the challenges that you had to face going into doing your own projects?
um, time, effort, money, talent to give you to give you that's the short answer right there.
Right, 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 right.
And when I say talent, I mean lack of talent
I
and
feel you,
lack
man.
of knowledge. Um,
I feel you.
I had no idea what I was doing when I decided to get serious about it around 2000 and actually do something. And it was an incredibly raw book. I got a little crew together and we decided to go ahead and put it together and put it out. And my first book was Teshuva Zero. And that was pretty indicative of everything I did wrong. The book was
Yeah.
horrible.
Well,
I had,
you got to fail to rise up.
yes, you do.
You got to fail sometimes because sometimes failing is a win. And if you really look at it, failing is something that you have to do to grow. You can't just build something and expect it to win all the time. It's not going to happen like that because you have components that have to grow
Hmm.
and you have to grow with it.
That's
So
true.
along the way, you're going to fall. You're gonna fall down sometime. You know what I'm saying? The only
Hmm.
thing that you have to worry about is not staying down
Exactly.
because giving up and pushing that moniker, man. I've been in a comic industry. You've seen my work. You've seen what I do,
Hmm.
and I've gotten a lot of flack, a lot of the stuff. So I understand where you're coming from. I truly understand because, man, being a comic artist in itself,
Hmm.
shit, you better off, doing something else if you're not strong enough to deal with it.
Hmm. Now, you know, you became an artist because you wanted to be a millionaire, right?
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. Let's be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Who are the only people that's making real money up in this goddamn shit? Listen, I'm being honest. I ain't gonna lie. It's favoritism too, so let's just put it all out there. Because it's like this. You have to have either followers and all that stuff, but nowadays it's hard to get those people. Nowadays people are fickle nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They're with you one minute, now they're not with you. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, there's so many choices out there.
exactly.
There's so much more um, options out there, and there's so much more material out there because of the breakthroughs that the internet has provided, where you can work with somebody and never even meet them, and
Right.
you
Exactly.
can search around and find people to work with you, and perhaps work for rates that you may be able to better afford, and you can produce and you can distribute your own materials. Uh, and there is no such thing as, well, there is a such thing as the big two, which I honestly I think there's a big three because people disrespect Archie a lot, but everybody's got at least an opportunity to make a stand out there, I think.
Hmm.
And it's not going to be easy necessarily, but it shouldn't be easy
Shouldn't be
because no, it shouldn't be.
because yeah, because if it's easy for you to get up there and just win all the time, then what you're going to do is you're never going to grow. You're never going to grow from it.
No.
You're just going to sit there and be like, oh, this shit's easy. So, and then you're going to grow a ego. Oh, I'm better than this. And
Hmm.
That shit is easy, man. Such and such and such and such. But then you also got to teach the young ones that's coming up, just like you.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
you got to lay a path
Uh,
for others behind you.
Yeah. See, it's like this. You're the door kicker. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're teaching people. You may not get to the promised land. It's like Moses. You may not get to the promised land, but it's going to be somebody to get to the goddamn promised land and kick that motherfucking door open or blow that motherfucking door open. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
You may exactly, and somebody teaching, they may take that and run with it and be like, "Let me kick this goddamn door open. God, open up them goddamn gates. I'm ready to go in." You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what see teaching people under you is about because you're teaching somebody something that you know, but also you're learning as well as you teach it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You
And I'll
know,
tell you, since we're on this topic, one of the first things I learned is humility. So
exactly.
that book that I put out there in 2000, issue 0, issue 1, issue 2, Teshuva, I sent it off to be reviewed by Tony Isabella. And y'all know him as the creator of Black Lightning. And he went through those books, and on a 1 to 5 star scale, I think he gave me a half a 1 star.
See, yeah,
He just ripped into it.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
And the one thing I took from that, well, there's several things I took from it, but let me say the main thing I took from that was he said that my writing had power to it, and I was like, oh, he likes something about it. Everything else he hated. And I met him years later when I did a show in Philadelphia, Ekbach, and I told him about it that he reviewed my book, and he kind of looked surprised, and then he says, "Was I right?" And I said, yes, you were. I had to agree with him. The book was horrible. And in retrospect, I'm glad I did it because, like you said, you have to learn from that.
yeah.
There's that old saying: either you win or you learn.
And see,
And
this is the thing. This is the thing. Sorry for interrupting.
go ahead, go ahead.
Don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about that. But what I'm going to say is, not a lot of people have the motivation to go out there and put out their best work because now, see, it's like this too. And I would say something different. I read some of your stuff. I read your book. It was
Hmm.
cool. It was
Okay.
cool. And I say it like this because it's like this. People read words and they look at the pages and they don't understand or get deep into it. See, they're reading on the surface. They're not reading deep within.
Hmm.
And see, you're trying to write a message, and a person that don't have the intellect of, not saying he didn't have the intellect to understand it, not saying he didn't go deep within it, go deep in it, whatever. I'm just saying that maybe it wasn't something that he would pick up. But in all reality, you did a very awesome job. See, whether you realize it or not, somebody did pick up that book and somebody did like that book. Somebody and a lot of people did agree with you on that book. A lot of people did adore your writing. A lot of people did adore your art style.
Thank you.
See, yeah. See,
Hmm.
what people don't understand is that it doesn't matter how great your writing is. It doesn't matter how great your art is. It's just a matter that you got your book done.
Hmm.
You got it done. And that's something that not many people can say that.
No, a lot of people
Not
just
many
keep it in an ideal format or an ideal
e-
stage and doesn't go beyond
exactly.
that.
Exactly. And see, this is the thing. In the industry, a lot of the big guys in the industry, a lot of them, and I'm gonna tell the truth. I don't give a fuck if it hurts somebody's feelings. Kiss my ass, so what? Oh well, oh well. I don't give a fuck. Offend you not. Oh well. I'm gonna say it like this. The rawness is coming out. We're gonna do it. It's like
Here we
this.
go.
It's like this, man. The big guys in the industry, a lot of them tend to hate. They tend to give you bad reviews on purpose to pull you down and not allow you to grow, to stunt your growth, to make it seem like you're not moving, you're not progressing. But
Hmm.
my man, you've done it. You've progressed. You've gotten better. You've done this. You know what I'm saying? You've done it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everybody, and I say it like this. Although, and I've learned this, just because Todd McFarlane have all the money, all the toys, all the comics, all the notoriety, don't mean he ain't gonna hate on your ass. And I'm just gonna say it like that because it's like this: a person can have everything, but it's something in you that they hate on and they hate.
Some will. Yes, they will.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it a bean.
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep it a bean, keep it real, keep it G style, man. Not everybody is going to, not everybody's going to like your shit, but everybody is going to adore it and respect your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Whether they like it or not. You see what I'm saying? Fuck
And
what
there's one,
anybody else got to say. Go ahead.
and on that topic, I'll tell you, you don't want everyone to like your stuff because if you
Exactly.
try to please everyone, you're going to end up pleasing nobody.
Exactly. And
And
that's
that's
why I
one
said,
of yeah, that's one of the
go, go.
things I tell younger people. It's like not everyone's going to like it, and you really shouldn't be trying to target your stuff at quote unquote everyone. And that's a big mistake a lot of younger people make is that they say, "Oh, my book's for anyone and everyone." No, it's not. You have a very specific target in mind,
All
whether
right.
you realize it or not. You have a very specific target audience, and you need to recognize that and respect that you have a very specific audience and target what you do towards that specific audience. I
Well,
mean, go ahead.
okay. Let me reiterate that. Let me piggyback. Okay, I gotta jump back on that. I gotta jump back on that. Reason why I say that is like this: you can, and I've done it. I've done it for years. You know what I'm saying? I wrote my books for everybody, right? Not
Hmm.
everybody liked it. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I say fuck them.
Mm.
Still continue to do it for everybody. Still continue to ride out like you a boss and like you a beast. Then still continue to still do it. But also remember, there's another audience out there that you will reach, and they will be the people that buy your book.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you can
Yeah.
still give it out to everybody. Not everybody's going to take it, but you still got those people that's going to follow you and love you what you're doing. Right there, there's that big handful, maybe millions of people that love your book. You know what I'm saying? And see, and this is the thing, and I understand in a way, a lot of folks in the industry in this industry, they tend to in every industry, they tend to limit themselves. You know what I'm saying? They tend to
Hmm.
be like, "Oh, I'm scared to cross the water on walk on water because I don't know how to do it. I was told all my life I can't walk on water." Man, look, faith without works is dead. So put your
That's
motherfucking
it.
faith out there, walk on that motherfucking water, and let God do His work within you. God damn it, go ahead, do your thing. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
and you
saying?
should.
People are so critical of themselves and people don't allow themselves to fucking reach those goals that a lot of these assholes out here are doing. I'm gonna tell you the
Mm.
truth. A lot of people who got money, I want to say, I want to say 30% of the people that got money potentially assholes. You don't got a nice person out there. They ain't gonna just walk down the street and just give you some money, or say, "Oh, I love this guy. I love what he's doing. Let me invest." That's a once in a lifetime thing. Sometimes, most of the once in a lifetime. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it is.
So you may, if you're in the right place at the right time, and God puts you right at that specific time, that specific date, you're gonna get your stuff invested in.
Hmm.
But there's not a person out there that's willing to do that, that's willing to bless people and be willing to take time out to help you grow into the person that you are. Because everybody is looking at you, everybody is looking at everything as a competition.
Hmm. Exactly. And
Because you'll go ahead, go ahead.
I want to jump in and talk about what you just said about that investing in you. I think people need to realize that you shouldn't be waiting out there for somebody to write you a check,
Exactly.
um, because most people just don't care about you. They don't care about your project. Actually, almost nobody does. And that was another lesson I learned.
I feel you,
Uh,
man.
because those books, same books that Tony Isabella ripped on, I had another well-respected um, creator, Brian Polito, who did Lady Death. I saw
Hmm.
him in a convention, and he just happened to be walking by. He was there for his films, and I asked him for some advice on the business. Specifically, I was thinking about animation at the time, but I had my books there, and he looks down at my table, and then he looks at me, and then he looked at two chairs and pointed to them and said, "Adrian, sit down." And I'm just like, oh, every curse word in the world came in my head, like, because I'm going to hear it now. And for like 45 minutes, he just schooled me on the business. He did not hold back. He did not care about my feelings. He did not care about my ego. But um, I was kind of hurt because the last thing he said when he got up, it's like, Adrian, you need to take some time off, maybe a year, because I don't want to see you 5 years down the road and you're selling the same stuff. And that stuck with me. And I didn't take a year off. I actually ended up taking 4 years off. And I revamped what I was doing. I put the book I was doing to the side. And I came out with another title that I had been working on, and it was just sitting on my hard drive. That's when I came out with Miss Johnny,
Okay.
this book about a black housewife whose child gets kidnapped, and she's on a mission to go locate her missing child. And she's got, what I tell people is, like Batman, she's got no superpowers. Unlike Batman, she's broke. She's got no money, but she's determined, and she makes her alliances. She learns along the way. She gets beat up. She gets abused. She has some serious problems of her own she has to deal with, but she's determined to achieve her mission. And I had never heard of a housewife that had become a superhero. And that was inspired by something I had watched on Jerry Springer, of all places. Because
Yeah, Jerry
they
Springer
had
is
a,
a
yeah, remember, some of y'all remember Jerry Springer. It was,
it's crazy.
they had a episode where a plus size woman had her child taken by a pimp, and she wanted to get her child back from this pimp. And I started thinking about, what if something like that was actually true, that a woman actually did have her child taken from her, and what would she do? And Miss Johnny is a plus size woman. At least that's how she starts out, because I had never seen a plus size character in as a lead character. I had seen one plus size woman in Larry Stroman. I think he did Tribe, if I remember correctly. But other than that, nothing. And that's what happened there. And Miss Johnny actually picked up steam.
All right.
That's where I learned that, oh, wait a minute. Because I started doing shows and that was selling, and that target audience that we were talking about, I was hitting that target audience. But as you had mentioned, sometimes you'll hit people that you don't attend. There were white men that liked Miss Johnny,
Yeah. See.
which completely took me by surprise. There
Mm-hmm.
was this little 12-year-old white boy one time. He bought Miss Johnny and he's like, "Can I get issue two?" After he read issue one, I'm like, and he didn't have enough money, but I still had to sell it to him. Of course, I had to give it to him. And that's another thing, you have to encourage the young kids, because we want to
Exactly.
keep this industry alive, and we want to keep this industry positive and pass it on to the next generation. Um,
See,
and yeah, go ahead.
hold on, hold on, bro. Let me put some fire into that thing. You know what I'm saying? We, as you said, we want to impress the children. We want to give the children, allow these children's dreams to come true by watching us do what we do, by watching us give, just be superheroes to them. You know,
Hmm.
like think about it. If they see your art somewhere on a billboard, somewhere in their local store, somewhere, think about it, somewhere in their local store, somewhere in a local supermarket or whatever,
Hmm.
and they look at your stuff and they buy your books and all that stuff, and they that will inspire a child and be like, I want to be like him, I want to be like this, I want to be like that.
Hmm.
So now you become a mentor, or what do you call that damn thing? Not a mentor. Uh, 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 what do you call that damn word? Whatever it is, that's what you become. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And people, people become those things, and they don't know how to, and they take on that persona, and they fall flat on their face because they turn it into a money grab. You know what I'm saying? And try to teach the children not what like. It's like, for example, okay, we're our door kickers. Us in this
Hmm.
industry right now, some of us may get to the promised land, some of us may not. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But there are children, there is a next generation that is waiting, that we're teaching, that's coming out the womb, that's coming out the, well, you do what I'm saying. It's coming out
I
the womb,
understand.
and you know what I'm saying, they got social media, and they're creating out of the womb, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And they're learning, they're seeing all of what we're doing. They even could do it better, you know what I'm saying? And
I hope they do it better.
hell yeah. And the thing
Yeah.
about it is that we as people have to teach them how to be stand up artists and writers and all that stuff,
Hmm.
and carry that into your life, because a lot of these people don't have role models. That's the word I was
Hmm.
looking for, role models. A lot of these kids don't have
Hmm.
real role models. They don't have people they can talk to and get to know and be like, teach them how to be, how to move, how to walk, how to talk, how
No.
to, you know what I'm saying? And that's in a way a father figure, a role model is. That's what, if you realize it, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And understand that they're teaching these children how to kick the dumb motherfucking door open. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the
Hmm.
film industry. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of these directors, and they have their movies seen by young men, young women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these
Hmm.
actors, they see their work being seen by young men and women wanting to be like them. And, you know what I'm saying? They are potential door kickers.
Yeah.
But you have to
Exactly.
be able to, you are the one that's going to kick the door open and allow them to walk into that promised land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not many people will make it there. Not many people
Hmm.
will take your advice. Not many people will achieve it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it comes down to the difference between successful people, and I put that word, whatever that word means, in quotes, and unsuccessful people. And it ultimately comes down to successful people do what unsuccessful people don't want to do.
Right.
That's just it. That's plain and simple how what it comes down to. And
Right.
like you said, when you get beat up, and as trite as it is, you have to continue to move forward and don't
Exactly.
expect somebody to give you anything because no one's going to owe you anything.
Nobody's gonna give you shit. Ain't nobody
But,
gonna give you a damn thing.
but when I say that, when you are working that grind and you do things on your own and you do start to progress, you attract the right people to you when they
Hmm.
see you doing that thing. And people will want to work with you and they will
Hmm.
surprise you when they get on board with what you're doing and they believe in you because they see your passion and your determination and they want a part of that. And
Exactly.
but you
It's
have
like
to be careful because there are some people you don't want on it with you. And
exactly. Hmm. I learned my lesson on that route. I learned my lesson too many times. Learned it,
yeah,
bumped my head, learned it, bumped my head, learned it, bumped my head, learned it, bumped my head again. See, you don't want just everybody that's enjoying your work on your team. Why? It's
no, you
because they
don't.
will hold you down.
hmm Or
You
they'll
know
try
what
to
I'm
take
saying?
advantage of you.
Exactly. And the
hmm
thing about it is that at the end of the day, a lot of people, not everybody wants to see you happy. Not everybody wants to see you where you want to be. Not
No, they
everybody
don't.
wants to see you. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they fucking saying, "Oh well, hey, I believe in you. I got your back." Like I always say,
hmm
keep your enemies close and your friends and family closer, because they're the only one. They're the family and friends will be the closest one to stab you in the back every time.
A lot of
Your
them
your
will.
your enemies have only less access. They don't have a lot of access to you, so they
No,
have
they don't.
limitations on doing the stabbing in the back. They rather respect you and get close to you rather than because they already know what you're about. So why they don't have no motivation to stab you in the back. They just don't want to. They just don't like your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Now you got the family and the friends. They sitting there like, oh, right in your face every day. Hey, buddy, you are such and such and such. Let me get the stabbing in you in the back. Come on. While giving you a hug and while patting you on the back and boosting up your ego, they're preparing you for a fall while
Yeah.
stabbing you in the back.
A lot of them
And not
will.
many people see it. Not many
No,
people see it.
no, they don't. No, they don't.
And the thing about it is that at the end of the day, we as people in this industry or any industry need to see the truth for what it is. We have to watch our backs, because once you
hmm
become a successful artist, writer, anything, any successful, now you got a target on your back, a
hmm
bullseye for
Yeah,
anybody. Huh?
yeah, because when as soon as you get people that like you, there's automatically an audience of people that don't.
Exactly. There's always somebody that's is going to be right there waiting for you to fall. And then
hmm
bang, all the lies come out on you, all the bullshit. Say he did this, he did that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
there's
there.
lies.
Even in this small, tiny, independent comic book world, I've dealt with that drama of people
Hmm.
that try to take advantage of you and pull you down. And it's interesting to see them kind of fall off.
Yeah. See, along the way, see, as you grow, and see, this is the thing. This is the great thing about being about business. Once you learn the business about in any industry you're in, once you learn the business, can't nobody fuck with you.
Hmm.
Can't no, they could try to put little words on the contract and make you think that you're slow.
Hmm.
You're not. So you 10 steps ahead of them and learn the business. Learn what you're learning because you got to
Yeah.
be a businessman before anything. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck what industry you in because they will fuck you over if you allow them to.
That's the second thing I tell people. It's like, if you want this, you have two things, the creative aspect and the business aspect. The creative aspect is 10% of what you do. The other 90%, guess what that is?
The business aspect, and that's
And
why I said
no,
it's like you follow football, right? Football is 80% mental and 40% physical. You know what I'm saying? You can hit somebody all
hmm,
day, but that don't mean you're going to win. You
yeah,
can smack, you can run through all the holes, but that don't mean you're going to hit the running back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The mental aspect, the mental aspect is more harder than the physical because the mental aspect can determine whether you're going to make it, determine whether your confidence is high, and to
hmm,
whether you're going to be in the right position to catch that touchdown, the right position to make that hit, right position to make that sack, right position to make that
yeah.
interception. You know what I'm saying? The
And I
mental.
saw that, yeah, just as I'm going completely off topic here, but
No, no, you good, you good.
I'm from Jacksonville, and I saw
Hmm.
that when the Jaguars played the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence threw four interceptions in the first half, and they were getting beat 27 to nothing with 5 minutes left in the first half, and they came back and won 31 to 30. And
See
Trevor
how?
Lawrence, yeah, Trevor Lawrence was asked what was the difference, and he said just what you said. This game is more mental than anything, and it got into his
Hmm.
head that he threw four interceptions, but it also got into his head that I can overcome this, or we can overcome this.
Exactly. You can overcome anything. It's just a matter of do you really want to?
Hmm.
Do you really
And
want to overcome that illness of not getting your comic book liked? Can you want to overcome? Do you want to overcome people downing it? You want to overcome that, and that's what I've said. And sometimes you got to have that something in you called fuck it. Say fuck it,
mhm,
man. Fuck what they got to say. I'm gonna do it anyway. Go down that road. You know what I'm saying? I was told that I couldn't blaze my own trail. Blaze my own trailblazer. I couldn't be my own trailblazer. Motherfucker, I blazed my own trailblazer and at the what? I blazed my own trailblazer. I blazed it like I couldn't blaze it no goddamn more. Jarhead is in people's mind and they hating on it till this motherfucking day and I like it. Oh well. God damn it. Kiss my ass, so what?
mhm,
Jarhead is gonna make it whether you like it or not. God damn it.
yeah,
Damn right. Yo, so Jer- Jericho, you know what I'm saying? Look, continue to do your shit. You know what I'm
oh yeah,
saying? Continue to do your shit. Because at the end
mhm,
of the day, you got to live with it.
yeah,
Nobody else. See,
mhm,
everybody spout. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. See, there's people that out there that spouts the mouth because they got a mouth. But when
mhm,
they really get in the thick of it, they ain't talking no more. They got to do the work now.
yeah.
See,
And the work can be daunting. And like when I did Who is Darius Key, this book scared me to death to do, because of the format, number one, which is a photo novel, as you say, and number two, because I'm showing a black man with a noose. Now, when you read the book, you get it. You get why that happened. And you had mentioned something about your spiritual aspect. Because Darius Key deals with a person. Darius Key has a secret. He's training someone to take his place as a demon hunter. And Darius Key's secret to this person that's taking his place is that he's been doing this for 2,000 years. He is a person who sold out his master for 30 pieces of silver and lost his life. God brought him back from the dead and gave him a second chance. That's who Darius Key is. And now he's going to train his replacement. Now, that storyline scared me to do because a lot of people don't like anything that has to do with the Bible or scripture. And the supernatural can be kind of touch and go sometimes, but that's kind of why I wanted to do it.
Well, the reason, the reason why people don't like it is because it forces them to fucking wake up.
Mm-hmm.
It forces them to fucking come out of their comfort zone. It forces them to fucking say, "Oh man!" It forces them to see themselves. It forces them to look in a fucking mirror. It forces them to take their fucking mask off. It forces them to see, "Oh, I'm not as fucking clean as I claim to be,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm not as perfect as I make myself out to be. I'm just as fucked up as the next man, and I need some fucking cleaning up to do, or I need some fixing. I'm broken just like the next man, just like the next woman." So a lot of people will not like what you're doing. Not a lot of people will not like Jarhead because it forces them to be themselves. A lot of people are not themselves today as today or forever because they portraying to be these personas that is not made for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
keep it real. And I'm happy that you said that. Happy that you brought that up because at the end of the day, people need the truth. People need to get a foot in their ass about how they act and the way they moving because it forces them to fucking move. It forces
Mm-hmm.
them to level the fuck up and evaluate what they're doing, evaluate their lives. And a lot of people are so fucking lazy nowadays. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
have a fucking accountability to hold themselves up, hold themselves accountable of what they're doing nowadays.
Or they have a rationalization that anything I do is justified. And a
Exactly.
lot of people don't want to admit that they're in the wrong and they
Exactly.
justify it in their own minds. But
Exactly.
I'm wrong
And
all the
see,
time.
I'm wrong all the goddamn time too. I'm a mistake my motherfucking machine. I make mistakes all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
I may make a mistake right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, at least
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man to admit it. At least you're a man to admit that you make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
freeing. And it's a luxury actually to admit that. To be able to it, let me rephrase that. It's a luxury to admit that you can make mistakes
Exactly.
and let go of that and people can see that and then they're able to do as you had alluded to, admit that, hey, there's something wrong with me too. This guy's being
Exactly.
honest about how he falls short. Well, it's okay for me to admit that too.
Exactly. See, and that's why I say, and I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna jump off to another something. I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna line back up with the commercial break, me please. The In Your Space show is so damn is raw. That's what you're going to get when you come on the show. When you are when you're against all odds, that's where you come on the show and you speak. You speak how you feel. You got see, and this is what the show about. It's not about trying to be who you are. Not trying to be something that you're not. It's about being who you are. Sorry about that. It's not about trying to be something that you're not. This show is
Mm-hmm.
about bringing you out, bringing that beast out you, bringing that, kicking you in the ass and bringing you out and showing you that you can do it. You can be who you want to be. You can be the person that you was made to be. You can reach those
Mm-hmm.
goals. But see,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't want to come on this show and they don't want to be seen because a lot of people don't want their fucking skeletons to come out the closet because, like I said, whether the more you hide them, the more they're going to come out.
Hmm.
So stop hiding them and be yourself. Be okay with the skeletons in your closet because not everybody gives a fuck. Everybody don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, skeletons you got in your closet, cause hey, I got some in my closet too. I got a lot of motherfuckers up in there.
We all
I'm
got
gonna tell you, shit, they dusty, rusty, stinky, and congested. God damn it,
them.
shit. I'm gonna tell the goddamn
Hmm.
truth. I ain't gonna lie. Tell the goddamn truth and shame the goddamn devil. Fuck it, because at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck. Oh, you got to live with that. Nobody else. Back,
Hmm.
back from the commercial break, me please. You know, yes, sir. You know, sorry for that. For that
Don't be
little
sorry. Don't be
commercial
sorry.
break.
It is all good. It's all good.
I just wanted to make your guest, you being a guest on this show, as cool as possible, as fun, as open as possible, because that is what we're all about.
Hmm.
That's what God will want us to be, and that is how we gotta be.
Hmm.
So I don't give a fuck who likes it or not. Kiss my ass. Anyway, so as I was saying, I have a question, another
Okay.
question.
All right.
Back onto the questions. How do you handle pressure and stress when you have a strict deadline to make?
Ah, okay. That's I don't know if I've ever been asked that. Um,
Ah, ha,
because a
ha,
lot of
ha.
times I don't hit my deadlines. I just don't. I guess that goes, but to answer the question, it goes back to that luxury of mistakes and learning because and I'll give you a prime example actually. Now that now that we're talking about that, when Miss Johnny One came out, I was up against a deadline because I was about to do a show and I had just submitted it to the printer and I don't know, it was 3 weeks before the show and I needed those books to come in before the show. And I had hit a snag because the artist that I had originally hired to do the book did not come through. And quite frankly, he straight out lied to me and created all kind of drama about why he didn't meet his deadlines and when he was and why he didn't do his work. And I had already given this guy money, deposit to do the work. And like 2 weeks before the deadline, he decides, okay, I'm ready to do the work. I need another deposit after I already gave him one. And I said, no, you're either going to get the work done for the money you've already been paid or give me my money back.
Give
And
my
of course
motherfucking
he
money
didn't.
back. You damn right. Shit.
And of course he didn't get the work done. And of course I had to scramble to find another artist who did a little bit of work and he had to drop out. Then I had to find a third artist and finally got Miss Johnny One done and finally got it off to the printer. And it was like 2 days before the show that I actually got the books back. And so, how do I handle stress? Um, Control what you can control, and the things that you cannot control, you have to let go of them.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to let go of them. That because that's ultimately what it comes down to. and it worked out in the end.
Hmm. And that's why I say, man, that's why I say, control what you can control. Stop worrying about what you can't because it's out of
Mm-hmm.
your hands, you know? Let that be in God's hands because God can control that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everything works for the best of the situation that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Everything works. If you put it in God's hands and keep it there, it will work out. But if you continue to put it in God's hands and take it out of his hands and put it in there and take it out of his hands, you're never going to get where you want to be.
No, you won't.
And the thing about it is, too, I've been through where I had to scramble from artist to this, artist to that, artist to that. Damn right. I had to do that. You absolutely
Mm-hmm.
right. Damn right. I had my first book, I had to scramble, I had to deal with three artists,
I feel
two
you on that.
colorists. Yeah, I had to do with all of that, all of it. And plus, I lost my writer at the time.
Oh,
You know, I write my own stuff. I'm just saying, I lost my script writer at that time. You know,
oh,
I mean, it's different. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's crazy because at the end of the day, not everybody understands the struggle. Every
Unless you're in it.
industry, exactly.
Unless you're in it,
Every
you
in-
don't understand.
yes, every industry has its struggle, separate struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Every industry does. No matter what you say, every industry does. Every industry goes through mind blocks. Every industry goes through having to scramble to get this because that one dropped off. Everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that. Every single person goes through that. Every single industry goes through that. And
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a damn lie if they said they didn't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that wouldn't be authentic
And
at
for the
all.
simple fact, yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are don't care, don't look at reality. They
No.
live in a facade, trying to make a reality out of that facade. When a facade is a facade, you know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
a mirage. It's not meant to be real. So
No.
they go back in reality and they really think that they can. This shit is easy. No, it's hard. Only the strong survive. Yes, it is. You got to be strong in this goddamn industry.
Yes, you do. And you have to be focused.
Very focused.
And I
You got to
learned
be.
that,
Go ahead.
I just
Go
wanted
ahead.
to
Go
say,
ahead.
I learned that
Priest, brother.
when I decided that I wanted to do my first graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do my first full-on 100-page book because one of the things that someone had said that I agree with is that the industry's changing in terms of the 24-page floppy, double stitched. There's a shift where people don't want to wait for the next issue to find out the storyline. So what if I put something out there where I've got the whole story arc in one book so people don't have to wait month to month to month? It's going to take longer. And this was something I was getting feedback from when I was doing shows. Like people liked the idea of Miss Johnny, but they didn't like the idea that Miss Johnny's 4 issues long, and it was taking me a year per book.
See,
That's a
and that's
long
the
time.
thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. That gives people time to really pay attention to your recent work. Think about it. Those are the people that you don't want. That you don't want.
Hmm.
Why I say that is like this. That gives them time to be fickle and turn against you, turn away from you, and walk away from because you're not coming out with them fast enough. Man, fuck
Hmm.
them. I say fuck them because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Those are fans. They can do whatever the fuck they want. You want those followers. You want those people that don't care how long it takes. They enjoy your fucking work. They enjoy it. They enjoy you
Mhm.
because they love your work. They love you as well, and they enjoy you. And what they do is they defend your honor every time a person talks against you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
And those
that's
are
what
the fans you learn how to appreciate. And
exactly.
I've got those fans. I also wanted to reach out to people because I know I can be impatient. Like when I'm binge watching a series and I get to the end of the series and it's like, oh God, I gotta wait for 2 years for the next part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of appreciate them. So that's the thought process behind this book. You do
Mm-hmm.
Jarhead, you do your military theme book. This is my military theme book.
Mm-hmm.
Basically about a woman who is saved from an abusive situation and who's dying from cancer by a man who comes along and trains her to be a killer and heals her and basically saves her life. This book is 100 pages long. Script took me 3 years to write, 2 years of production. And as you know, when you're doing something that's military themed, you better have your facts straight because you're going to get fact checked. So,
Mm-hmm.
because somebody from the military is going to get a hold of it and like, that is not how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
That is not. And
Exactly.
I grew up in a military family,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of had a head start on that. But as I was doing this, things change, and I realized that oh wait, the things that I remember as a kid had been phased out in favor of other things. Like for instance, there is no such thing as SEAL Team 6 anymore. It's Dev Group. And
Mm-hmm.
all those things was like, oh, well, I better get this right here and get that right here. And so that's why it took me 3 years to get it right before I actually
And
started doing this.
yeah, and you have to have your information the right way because my
Mhm.
dad was a Marine.
Yeah.
I had a
Hmm.
lot of people that I know and learned and sat under for years doing Jarhead. My guy Gregory Demonto, one love, bro, one love, man. You're like a father to
Hmm.
me, and I love you, bro. Um, Shout out to him. He taught me a lot about the military. He taught me about things that I didn't know. He taught me about
Hmm.
things, and that grew Jarhead in a lot of ways. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share one with you, man. I dedicate this book to him, the next book to him,
Yeah.
the next
Mhm.
book to him because he's a good friend of mine and great friend of mine. He's like a brother to me, and I love this guy, man, from the bottom of my heart. Um,
Mhm.
if you don't see this, just know I'm putting in your inbox anyway. But anyway, um, but anyway, like I was saying, is that yeah, I was taught a lot about the Marines and industry of military and all that stuff, and that's how Jarhead came out the way it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, just wait till book two come out. Oh, it's going to hit. Oh, trust me,
Mhm.
y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I got the script to it down. I should, I'm thinking. I'll let you read script too. I'll let you read my script.
Okay.
Shh, don't tell nobody.
Yeah. We'll keep that on the
Anyway,
down low.
keep that on the down low.
Hmm.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that yeah, you have to take the time out to. It may take years, it may take some time to really get it down, but you will have to learn it. You know what I'm saying? You will have to understand it too and put yourself in those positions, while you're doing it. Because not everybody know how to write a military um, format book.
No,
Not
they
everybody
don't.
know how to make it. Not everybody do. And I have a question though.
Okay.
Aside from that, okay, what was your biggest challenge you have faced? And how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge, discipline. Um, and discipline is the short answer because I tend to do that. Here's the short answer, and then here's the expansive answer. Um, Discipline, and I say that because discipline encompasses the discipline in the artistic side. I write every day that I sit down at this computer. I write something, whether it's a page, whether it's a paragraph, whether it's one sentence. I'm writing at least two different stories. And or I'm doing something business related. I'm looking for the next show. I'm looking for how I'm going to distribute something. Or like just last month, I got my books in a local comic store. Trying to get it somewhere else, but I don't know how that's going to work out. But to discipline yourself to do that, discipline yourself with your finances. How am I going to pay for all this?
Mm,
Because I don't do crowdfunders. I don't do Kickstarter or none of that. I mean, I don't hate on anybody who does. You do your thing. Okay. If that works for you, more power to you. That's just not the way that I work. So, how am I going to finance, work, discipline myself that way? Adaptation. This business changes and evolves. How am I
mm,
going to discipline myself not to get stuck in doing the same thing over and over again? Because what got you here will not get you there. You
mm-hmm,
have to be able to understand, I don't want to say trends, um, evolution, I guess is a better word, so that you know how to grow with the business and you know how to even stay ahead of it and not be afraid to do things that are different and discipline to not get stuck in your own head enough while at the same time balancing it with I have to stay stuck in my head because I have a specific vision and somebody may try to derail it or
mm-hmm,
something. So you have to know that balance of when to listen to people and when to stick with your guns.
mm-hmm.
So how do I do it? And to understand that it's not always going to be fun
It's going to be hard as fuck.
because there are so many writers out there that are like, oh, I only write because it's fun and it's exciting. And how do I overcome writer's block? There is no such thing as writer's block.
Mm-hmm,
If you, and I will say this till the day I die, there is no such thing. If you can write garbage, you can write. If you can write one sentence per day, you ain't got writer's block because you cannot edit an empty page.
mm-hmm,
So if you can get garbage on there, worry about changing it, editing it later on. Just put something on that paper. So, and that was my biggest challenge because I wasn't disciplined in my younger years when I first started this. But as I got
mm-hmm,
older, that's when I started to learn it. And that's when things have started to change. So that's the one takeaway that I would ask some of the people that are coming up, or any, not just people who are coming up, anybody. Your age is irrelevant. How long you've been doing it is irrelevant because you're always going to be learning. I'm still learning all the time. Is get that discipline instilled in you and stick with it.
Mm, that's true. You know,
Yeah.
that's got me a little teared up over there. I got me all too long. Oh man, but I feel you, man. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. That was it. That was the best way to go, man. Yes, one of my biggest challenges in getting Jarhead done was not having the support, not having the people, not having the finances either. You know,
Hmm.
I built Jarhead off of $9.15 worth of salary
Hmm.
by myself, no help, no crowdfunding, nothing. Did it
Hmm.
without help, without any help. And all the people that said it was going to help me never did. So
Of course.
well, I had to grab my nuts and say, do it. And I did it. And God helped me do it. He helped me through. And
Hmm.
so, but I couldn't do it on my own. I had a lot of good friends helping me to get through this, and they helped me build this thing. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna name off a lot of them too. You know, Jose Antonio Lopez, Bill McCormick, Leo Condon, David Lentz, all those guys, man.
I know Bill McCormick. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he was the one that helped me write this first Jarhead script, you
Hmm.
know, and he actually, me and this guy, we have a lot of history. He's a good guy, you know what I mean. Of course, we bumped heads a lot.
Of course.
You see, the crazy thing, I was young in the business. I was raw. I was raw. I didn't
Hmm.
know too much, but I grew into it. I grew into it. And I became a businessman. I knew the business part of it, but I didn't know the comic part of it. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it was wild, man. It was wild. I had fun. I bumped
Yeah.
my head a couple times getting through this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay because you got to
Yeah,
bump
it's
your head
perfectly fine.
quite a few times to get where you want to be. You
That's
know what I'm
perfectly
saying?
fine.
Yes. It's all about just trying to bring who you are and put yourself in that position to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, how would you know if your project is gonna be successful if you don't put it out?
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't
And you
know.
had said something about and I wanted to throw this out here while that you putting yourself in a position to be great. Because I had heard something about that just recently. It's not difficult to go from bad to good. It's difficult to go from good to great.
Hmm.
And that caveat that some people will just be able to say, okay, well, I'm decent now. It's like, all right, but is that where you want to stop?
No. And see, that's the crazy part, bro. That's the
Hmm.
weirdest part. See, a lot of people have the potential to be great, but they don't have the balls to be great.
Hmm.
I say that. I say why. Why I say that? It's because they see everything at the top and they see the problems that come with being great. You see everybody trying to tear you down, trying to pull you down. Being the spotlight being on you now. Spotlight is on you now. Now that you got the gross is high and highest paid comic book in the market. And you have to produce now. At first you didn't have to produce. Now you gotta
Hmm.
produce. And now all the eyes is on your motherfucking ass now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody's looking to you for guidance. Everybody's looking to you for experience. And everybody's looking to you for this and that and that and this. See, do they have the balls to go up there and slap? the obstacles in the face and punch him in his mouth.
Hmm.
No, not everybody got that. I
No.
got the balls, I got the nuts, I got it all to go up there and slap it, take its heart out and step on it. Because if you do not take that motherfucker's heart out and step on it, if you do not take that storm and become one with it, it's gonna rip you apart.
Yeah, exactly. And
Obstacles.
I tell you this much. There was a point when this book was on Drive Through Comics, and it was like the number 9 bestseller of that week or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's really good. But every time I go into a show or every time I talk about any book that I do, whether it's that one, whether it's this one, Euphoria, this one is Fumetti. It's about my wife, a woman who dies and comes back to life as an angel. I go into a room like nobody knows me and I have to fight. I go in there like I'm going up against Conor McGregor and I have no experience whatsoever as an MMA fighter, but I'm going to fight. I don't care what kind of past success I had. I don't
Mm,
care if it's still making a profit because it's been out for 2 years and
mm-hmm,
I'm still pulling royalties on it. So what? Nobody cares. Nobody
mm-hmm.
cares about your past record.
All they
I'm
care about
going
is
in
the
there
now.
like I got nothing. And ultimately I do because still don't nobody know who I am. Hardly nobody knows who I am. And I'm okay with that because I'm still hungry. And to keep
Exactly.
that discipline and to keep that hunger, that and to go back to the question you asked, I should say the discipline is part of it, but the hunger is another part. How
Exactly.
bad do you want this? Are you willing to go in there and start swinging? Are you really ready to keep swinging until you reach that goal? I'm 54 years old, and I've been doing this since I was in my 30s, but I'm still hungry. I'm actually more hungry, and I hardly had any talent. I mean, well, I had talent, but it wasn't refined, and I had focus, but it wasn't refined. It's more than it was then, but I've still got a ways to go
Mm-hmm.
because your goal is to not to be the best, but well, let me say it for myself. My goal is not to be the best. I don't care about that. That's relative. My goal is to be better than I was yesterday and
Very
to
understandable.
continue using that as the stepping stone to continue on towards the ultimate goals. Will I get there? I don't know. I mean, I may drop dead tomorrow. God willing, I don't. But
Mm-hmm.
that is my goal. The discipline and the hunger and to be better than I was the day yesterday.
Well, see, I got a couple goals that I want to spread out. You got me motivated to say it.
Well,
Shit.
good. Well, good.
My goals, man, is to be the greatest ever. And I say
Mm,
why. My goal is to be the greatest ever. My goal is to kick the door in, eat off that motherfucking table, and design everything the way I want it. Right? See?
mhm,
Everything, you know, I desire. I'm hungry.
mhm,
I'm hungry. I'm on fire. I see it as anybody that come up that ladder and try to tear me down, they're gonna get knocked down and they won't get up. I'll make sure of it.
mhm,
And see what I learned is that when you hit the knockout punch, you hit them with two. You hit them with three. and you knock them out. You make sure they don't get up. And if they get back up, you hit them again and again and again and again until they submit. See, being the best, you're gonna have competition, but knowing that you are the best, knowing that you are the greatest, knowing that you are the shit, and making people mad, saying that you are, and making and getting a reaction out of people, that is what I love. I
Hmm.
love it. I love
Hmm.
getting the reaction out of people. I love making their face frown up. I love making them have to prove themselves. You don't have to prove yourself to me, but what I said make you prove yourself to me. That you're
Hmm.
great. That you're just amazing. And that's what I want you to do. So I can knock you back down again, trying to steal my shine. And I'm like prime time. See, prime time, baby. I look
Hmm.
good, smell good, feel good, and I play good. See, when I'm focused, my mind is on those goals. I'm coming to get it, and nobody's stopping me,
And I shouldn't stop you.
and they won't.
And the one thing I will say to that, um, I don't use anyone as my standard
Exactly.
because how do I know you should even be a standard for me? That might be
Exactly.
limiting to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you're good at what you do, but is that as good as it gets? Not,
Exactly.
not
That's what I'm saying.
necessarily.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying
gonna
to people.
do because
Hmm.
that's why I'm not necessarily interested in being the best. I'm just interested in being better.
Right. See, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? We in the same place,
Hmm.
but different roles, man. And I respect your role. I respect your role because you want to go down that road. You're going down that road, and going forward. And
Hmm.
you got giants in the field. You're going to handle them the way you handle them. But
Yeah,
me,
and there's always going to be giants. And I tell people, it's like, look, I don't care how independent you are. When you do your little book, you're going up against Batman and the X-Men.
hmm
I don't care if you're doing it in your basement or in your garage. You're going up against Marvel and DC. You're going up against Disney. You're going up against Discovery or whoever's owning DC right now. That's your competition. And some people say, no, it's not true. I'm like, yeah, it is. It is
yeah,
true.
no matter how, and that's why I tell people, no matter how much you try to be their friend, they still see you as competition. And if they get their hands on your book, they're going to put you on the shelf because you're competition. They don't want to see you up on the top. And that is the reason why I am like the way I am because I know these motherfuckers don't want to see me at the top. So, hey, why not knock them out when I got the chance to knock them out? You know what I'm saying? Why not knock them
Mhm.
out when you got the chance, when you got them on their knees, trying to get up, legs dangling? Hit
Mhm.
them.
That's that military attitude. That's that military mentality.
Exactly.
When
You
your
got the
enemy's
potential to
there,
knock them out
you
because
got to
I'm
make sure
telling
they
you
don't
now,
stop. Hmm.
because I'm telling you now, if he gets the chance to knock you out, he gonna hit you. He gonna hit you with some shit that you ain't never been hit with, and you will fall.
Hmm.
So every chance you get him. You take that chance. You take advantage of that chance. You knock it out. Knock it out. All those,
Yes, you do.
all those giants in the field. You got a chance to slay them. If you don't slay them, they're gonna stomp all over you.
Hmm.
Every goal that you got, you eat it. You take it and you eat it before somebody else come along and eat it. You
Hmm.
don't want them to because that's your name is on it. It's like this: if God has given you a blessing and you play around with it and take it for granted, right? He'll give it right to somebody, and what he'll do, he'll be pissed off that he had to give it to somebody else because your name was on that blessing, and and they're going to make it to the top. He's not. He's gonna love it, but he's going to be like, damn, son, Johnny could have had that blessing. He could have had that blessing, but he played around with it.
Yeah.
And you
Uh,
never know when that blessing is going to come right back and fuck around, man. So you take the opportunities when you get them, take them serious. Don't take them
yeah.
lightly because you never know. This could be your chance to blow up. And also, this could be a chance to fucking fall down because not every opportunity is meant for your good.
No.
So you got to be wise, but take every opportunity serious. Every opportunity.
Hmm.
Now, I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, I forgot to tell. Forgot. Tomorrow is my birthday, right?
Happy birthday, brother.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna be 34 next tomorrow. Getting old,
Mm.
man. Getting old.
You're a kid, please. You're a kid.
But in February, right? Is in February is the first anniversary of the In Your Face show. The first is the month of
Yeah.
my anniversary, and I would like for y'all to come and celebrate with me. It's going to be an amazing time, and you're going to love it because you get to go back with me, and you get to see yourself, and you get to see how the magic that we have produced together. Because there's something special being done with this show, and I want y'all to grow with me. Get a slice of the pie. Sit down. Put your feet up. Because let me show y'all what's in my world. And let me show y'all how great this is going to be. God is my witness. The best is yet to come. Thank you. Also, tomorrow we will be having a very special show. You know, just a very special show to, damn it, a very special show to celebrate my birthday. I will be getting interviewed, a recap interview, man. And I want y'all to, put the link out on my timeline, on my timeline. I want y'all to come in. Y'all can come in, go out, whatever you please. But come in if y'all want to say happy birthday. Thank y'all. If y'all want to come in and chill with me, fine. It's fine with me. Just come and enjoy it with me. You know, this wouldn't be a great birthday without my friends and without my haters too. So come on, have fun with me tomorrow. Cause it's gonna be epic. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. But thank you. And do you have anything else a little else to say to the people?
Um, well, I think we said it all pretty much. And just once again, thank you for having me on. I've enjoyed it, had a good time here. And if anybody interested in what we do and you want to pick up some books, uh, just check out my link there. Um, all my links.com/Jericho projects, and I believe it's in my name there. Yeah, it is. Yeah. On my links.com/Jericho projects, and you'll get all the information on what we're doing and how to get our books.
Also, awesome. You know, thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all, man. When the day comes of my anniversary, I'm gonna cry because it's been a journey, man. Y'all just don't know what I had to go through to get this show up and running. And it's up and running. And it's growing by the second, by the minutes, by the seconds. And I'm thankful. I'm grateful to be in this position to help people get themselves out there and give them help them get their voice because along the way I may need their help. So hey, this has been the 95th episode of the In Your Face show, and I'm out. Peace.